Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So, it's down to business here.
Isn't it a real pleasure to be able to see the Dutchman Ronald Koeman? He's got to be one of the best ever attack-minded centre-backs, a playmaking centre-back actually, and he can step into midfield and spray a pass with top precision.
Yeah, there's a beautiful purity about the way he strikes the ball.
And he can smack one too.
He has found a way through. Deep cross. Suarez finds himself offside. He is offering some sort of an apology there.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Nedved. Lahm drives forward on the overlap, engages and forces him off the ball. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
Well, neither team has yet managed to impose any authority, and as a consequence, this game's just drifted.
Yeah. Great run on the overlap here. And it's Cruyff. Cruyff! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Cruyff really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Borussia Dortmund with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Alonso, the ball is loose and the chase is on. Saliba, Bullet, Cantona, the specialist in tearing teams apart. Whistle's gone, that's foul. Bullet having a look.
It's a very good position, this, and the right distance too.
And it's Koeman. He's having a go!
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Neymar plays it short. And it's pulled back. And he's cleared it back out. O'Shea. Borussia Dortmund are looking to go forward now. He might be in here! He's had it taken off him. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. And here's Cruyff.
There they go, hunting again.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. It's Nedved! That was superb goalkeeping.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Well, a goal here just before half-time could mean a great deal. And this is Nedved. Decent chance! It's there!
And for such a big name in your side to register very close to the break, not only creates a real buzz in your dressing room during the break, but dispirits the opposition too, and sets up a decent chance to go on and finish this game to their liking.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Brilliant. Borussia Dortmund are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
2 added minutes
Borussia Dortmund have taken the lead.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now, and the other has to tone it down.
Oh no, this does not look... And there is the half-time whistle. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Haven't played that badly. Getting caught again on the counter-attack is unlikely. They're switched on to that and still very much in this game.
Borussia Dortmund can be fairly satisfied then. It's so far so good for them, and it's 1-0 at the break.
Substitution for Borussia Dortmund. Number 10, Johan Cruyff.
Here we go again.
Number 20,
Borussia Dortmund carrying a one-goal lead.
Number 8,
That's really well manoeuvred.
Number 22, Jan Koller. Substitution
Now it's
taking
Neymar.
place.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And here's Cruyff. Yeah. Oh, truly brave defending.
That is superb defensive work. The one man who had to be on top of his game, and he was.
Maldini spots it and intercepts. Neymar! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
It's their second corner of the game. And that has been cleared. Borussia Dortmund have the chance to go the other way. Quarter of an hour into the second half. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Neymar showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite... He's had a shot! And yes, it's there! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the shoots. He's done very well to get to that.
Cantona actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Corner number 3 coming up.
Substitution for Borussia Dortmund. Number 8, Darwin Núñez. Coming on to replace him is number 9, Messi.
It's a mighty effort! Oh, split-second reaction.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
So their fourth quarter of the game. Terrific header! Just not quite happening for him just now.
Nepal really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
Well, that It's a decent ball. Borussia Dortmund perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that.
And Cruyff! And somehow he managed to miss it.
That could yet prove very pivotal. Chances like that just can't be wasted.
Looking for options for movement. Oh, well played, well played.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Oh, smashing header! Goal! Borussia Dortmund! And that takes him up to 30. 30 goals for this side. It was wonderfully efficient.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Substitution in progress.
So here comes a substitution. Borussia Dortmund go into the lead.
Well, Peter, the manager's all smiles, but he's got a big decision to make here. He needs to see this one out.
And reclaimed it in a trice.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Oh, he's brought him down, and it is a penalty. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. So this to restore parity. And he scores! Back in business! A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
Played a game of double bluff here, I think.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
So all square with almost no time. He's tried one! Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Oh, that's well done, really robust.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
So that's it, it is all over. Decent game of football that, intense, intriguing, and both sides, as it turns out. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So away we go then.
Gathered here, Jim, a little gem amongst strikers.
Yeah, I think there are probably two things that set him apart, Peter. First, the ability to mould himself into any formation the team wants, often ploughing a lonely furrow up front. And second, having such a hugely impressive goal-scoring record, despite often being burdened with having to take free kicks and corners.
Put it all together, and you've got one of the finest strikers of his generation.
Exactly.
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
Cruyff really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. Well, he can't say now that he hasn't been warned.
Well, he knew what he was taking on there, Peter, and special delivery from the ref.
Now it's Cruyff. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Julie. Julie will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Great ball, and he's in here. Julie, no outsmarting him this time.
Julie really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Nice control. And that's aimed into the middle. Defending of the desperate variety. Nedved plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. That's been cut out, well played. Borussia Dortmund do seem to have a very clear game plan here, Jim.
Yeah, they're set up to play those long balls from deep, Peter. The front men have certainly been busy making the runs beyond that defence.
Oh, it's a tried and tested formula, okay, but very demanding too.
Well, you need your boys up front to work extremely hard, and you need to get the passing right as well, of course.
Rijkaard. So still we are where we began. It's 0-0. Lahm did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And it's De Bruyne. De Jong. This looks promising. Over to the left. Chance to deliver. Chance, surely! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. A really close shave, and the last action of the first half. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here.
Smoking is only allowed in
So your
areas
views on the
shown in
first
this
half?
map.
Well,
Thank
it's
you
been
for your
nothing but
cooperation.
frustration, really, Peter. I think the team as a whole has to take more risks, but they really need to up their quality too.
So they head in no further forward. The score here still 0-0.
Substitution for Borussia Dortmund. Number 27, Silvestre. Number 10.
And the second half gets underway.
Coming on the field.
Borussia Dortmund really can't count themselves lucky not to be behind at half-time. Couldn't really work out what they were trying to do, actually. Letting themselves get dominated like that, it's very confusing.
He won't be happy with that one. Looking to play him in. Chance for a shot! Oh, the ball's run loose here. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. And he's made sure that's not getting through. He is through here. Plays it across. Plays it across. Now, who's going to be first to this?
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
That's really well manoeuvred. Nedved. Now, can they get him away? And Messi! Van Dijk. India are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Nedved gets into a good position. And he gets rid in a hurry. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Now it's Villa. Plenty of action at either end, just nothing to show for it.
Yes, and it's been far from uneventful. We've had a healthy amount of attempts at goal from both teams, and with this kind of ambition, we may not have to wait too long.
Messi! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Messi clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's De Jong. De Jong stood his ground strongly.
India clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
And he's managed to get free. Well read, and the danger is averted.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Lahm picks it up out wide. Lahm played it again. And that is that. So we finish as we started. Try as they might, neither was able to break through. Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So it's down to business here. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, this fella, Lois Openda, is someone I've always had my eyes on since his younger days, and he's one of the more exciting strikers around the continent. His game's all about work rate and end product. That's what he lives for. He wants chances, he wants goals, and he's on his way to Poacher's paradise.
Yes, he's certainly the one who carries the hopes of his team. Oh, good-looking ball. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Nedved showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Nunez receives it in a wide position. Now it's Openda, and it's Vitinha. It's a searching pass, and he welcomes chance! Goal! First blood drawn! Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
Borussia Dortmund are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Batistuta looking to get on the end of this. And he's managed to get free. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. Kokchu. Looking here to chip it through. Oh, that's a fine interception. Now it's Darwin.
Borussia Dortmund really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
It's run loose here. Has a look and plays it forward. That looks a decent ball. That's a little off target. Darwin constantly looking for the ball into the box. Throw it. Well, there's the clearance. And it's Nedved. Kokchu is always scanning the pitch for targets. He's got away. Big chance! He scores! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Substitution for Borussia Dortmund. Number 8, Darwin Nunez.
Time then for the first substitution of the game. Bale gets the call to seemingly universal approval.
It's a wow moment. Now that's the sort of change you don't see every day.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Borussia Dortmund can, of course, make a change whenever they choose. Oh, well played. Xavi Alonso, challenged just a bit on the firm side. And the whistler's gone for a reckless challenge there. And he is going into that little black book.
Well, what goes through a player's head at times like that is a mystery to me.
Lahm.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Hernandez. That has not gone well. And we've reached half-time. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Borussia Dortmund really should be thinking about killing this off early in the second half, Peter. The boss will be demanding the same level of intensity from his team, so I'd expect to see the same positive intent after the break, the same purpose again.
So we're just settling back into this second half.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
And this is Bale. Bale puts them all in. And it's claimed by the keeper. Played out wide. Plays it across. Beckenbauer getting this one clear. Taken back almost at once. And it's Bale. Laid back in. Lahm gets into a good position.
Nedved really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Stood up well to him there. Openda unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Now it's Bale. He's got plenty of space out wide here. And the keeper beats it away. Kukçu clears. Baresi did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Now it's Batistuta. He's shifting through. Goes for a shot! Borussia Dortmund are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Bale.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And it's Lahm.
Oh, really well played.
Vitinha, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Lahm. And he whips it in. And that's the keeper's ball.
Borussia Dortmund truly seem to be at loggerheads in trying to sort this out. Is it the passing or the movement that's the problem? I think both.
Lahm. Van Dijk cuts out the pass. And it's Bale. Chips it through. Oh, they could be caught out here. It's not an especially good pass, that. That's that, the end. Oh, here is a defeat that may hit them hard, and you can sense that all around us. Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. Well, we're on the way.
Patrick Vieira is a man of many qualities. The leadership has to be top of the pile.
He's not just the destroyer, is he? He is the enforcer.
True, there's so much more to his game. Quite comfortable in driving the team forward, and he can make those marauding runs from box to box.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Oh, there's a probing ball. Messi. Now it's Messi. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Bernardo Silva. And here's Yamal. Yeah. De Bruyne.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
And that's put paid to a promising move. Now there's a fine ball. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Oh, this looks sharp.
This is actually quite a courageous move, and I'll add ambitious and adventurous too.
Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. Bernardo Silva. Great vision. Messi. That's a lovely, neat pass. Can he spark a counter here? Mbappe. And it's Bernardo Silva. And the shot's on here. They want to be quick to recover this. Yamal! It's off target and by quite a way.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Pedri. De Bruyne. Now it's Cruyff. Xabi Alonso. He has found the way through. Header! Oh, it's come off the upright. Bernardo Silva is the team's great visionary. Aimed beyond the defence. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Now it's Luis Suarez. Just 5 minutes left until the break. He's a sharp little ball here. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Now he's got space here. And we hit half-time. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here.
A quick reminder today.
So, no breakthrough from either side. 0-0 after 45 minutes of action.
Substitution.
Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this. Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
And here's Messi. And Messi! And that has been clubbed away. Luis Suarez. Now it's Messi. Thinks about the shot. Chance! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that. How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Just about up to the hour now. Pedri goes steaming forward. Oh, super find. No breakthrough and well into the second period. It is still anyone's game. And that's really well manoeuvred. Now it's Luis Suarez. Now it's Cruyff. Distributed tidily. And instead the header! Oh, not this time, but a lot of applause for the thought.
That definitely had the element of surprise to it. Clearly came in when no one was expecting it, and it was drilled.
Substitution on the field. Number 5.
We have got
Suarez.
changes here from both
Number
sides, in
6,
fact.
Johan Cruyff. Number 10. Messi.
Oh, he's felt that,
Number
hasn't he?
18. De Bruyne.
Bernardo Silva.
Coming on the field. Number 7.
That is a little
Jan
undercooked.
Number 17.
Nedved.
Bale. Number 9. Ribery. Number 8.
Pedri.
Nedved.
That has been slung
Substitution in
wide.
progress.
Xavi Alonso. And it's Ribery. Played out to the right. Aimed into... He gets big! Firm header just off target.
And he did so well to get himself there. What a good effort.
And that is as far as they're going to go. He has a look up. Beckenbauer is there, and he can get that clear. Lahm.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Strokes it back.
Not a lot more he could do there.
Now it's Ribery. Oh, the ball's come loose here.
Well, in my opinion, set pieces are 50-50 moments, and this is a rather big one, and it all depends on the service.
Oh, what a climb! Oh, it's in! And surely that has won the day! A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
So the first moment of real significance.
2 added minutes.
Look,
have
he's the
been
one
indicated.
everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do. Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
No, it's come to nothing. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Relief, finally. Now at last they can enjoy. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2
Hello,
hours, it
everybody,
might
and
not feel
welcome
like
to
that.
today's match.
The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So it's down to business here. Fabio Cannavaro, Jim. Some people credit him with making defending fashionable again.
I didn't know it had gone out of fashion, Peter, but yeah, his exploits certainly led to the guys at the back getting a bit more credit.
Yeah, and I'm sure for you that's a very welcome development.
And long overdue.
Messi! He has hit that forcefully.
Yeah, it didn't come off, but you can praise the drive and the application. It was beautifully hit.
And it's Roberto Carlos. Oh, that's fabulous. Showing good feet. Played in by a big header. Goal, Northern Ireland. Broad smiles all round. It is indeed a fine, fine header.
Oh, it's a fantastic assist as well, Peter. Delivered at pace, the diversion, that's all that was needed.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Lam delivers. Has a shot! Magnificent from Mateus! A finish of true class! And once more we are all square. You score, we score.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Well, for me, you can't fault the keeper there. The effort went in at the widest possible point off the upright. Nothing he could do.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
Quick look, then plays it in. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Nedved can see things others simply cannot. Cruyff. It's Nedved. It's Nedved! Nedved! A diamond of a goal! A finish right from the top draw. And the game is well and truly turned on its head. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on...
Messi! That is some save from Khan.
The keeper was likely to need his best there, and he found it.
Just eases him off the ball. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Now it's Bernardo Silva. Thuram. And Mateus. Lam. Oh, it's a searing run. He is a man on a mission. Deflected behind for a corner kick. And we have our very first corner. Defending of the desperate variety. Knocks it out wide. Lam. Nice bit of skill, and he's away. And Messi! Roberto Carlos. Vardiol. Now it's Cruyff, and this is Messi, distributed tidily. Great chance! And yes, it's there! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat. And that is going to be the final action of the first half.
Well, Peter, I think the score is a fair reflection of what we've witnessed so far, and that being good movement in both midfield and indeed up front. If those players, I think, can carry on where they left off after the break, they should impose themselves even more, and probably only one result coming here.
Well, that has been a goal-blessed half. It is 3-1. And if you're just back from your break, he shapes to shoot! And here's Messi, played in deep. Howson can get it clear. Roberto Carlos.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
Now it's Cruyff. Mateus has found the net here, of course. Northern Ireland appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Cannavaro cuts it out, spread it left. That's a good run down the left. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Now it's Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Vieira threads one in. Cannavaro calmly anticipates. Bernardo Silva, he's found a way through. And this is Roberto Carlos. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside.
Substitution on the field. Number 5. Suarez.
Time then for the first substitution
Number
of the game.
10, Messi. Number 6, Johan Cruyff.
Into the last quarter
Coming
of an
on
hour.
the field. Number 7,
Mateus.
Jan Koller. Number 9,
And it's Lam.
Ribery.
Pretty robust
Number
defending.
17,
Well, that's pretty clear.
Bale.
It is a foul. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. There's not much doubt that this will be played into the penalty area. It is another opportunity from a set. Koller! He will be livid with himself. Roberto Carlos is offering some sort of an apology there.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
And that is out of play. Koller, he has found the way through.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Howson defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. He's shifting through the
There will
gears
be 1
here.
minute added time.
Lam. That's at the end. So the winners bullish and belligerent after a remarkable collective effort. Fall behind. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely
Hello,
here.
everybody, and
Gorgeous,
welcome to
gorgeous
today's
evening. The
match.
skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. And as you can see, we've already started here. Who do you think this turn... There's the shot! Oh, no shortage of confidence there.
Ribery can really show some outlandish skills, which is always welcome and obviously refreshing.
And he's intervened well there. Konate cuts out the pass. Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Nedved. Now it's Cruyff. Van Dijk gets over and intercepts. Looking for options for movement. Cleared without complication. Ribery. Passing is crisp and sharp. Azar. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Azar is sporting a guilty look after that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
No way through. And it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Mateus with the cross. And it's Messi. Vieira does well to get it back. And here's Ribery. And this is Cruyff. Still goalless. Messi. Nedved can so cleverly bypass the press. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Messi! It's run loose, who's going to get there? That's another chance! Gonzalo Ramos finds himself offside. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And the pass is intercepted. And that could set him on his way. Now it's Luis Suarez. Great vision. Mbappe. He's gone for goal! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Mbappe actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And we have our very first corner. And that has earned a reprieve. There's the shot! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Serginho clearly felt that distance wasn't an issue, but maybe there were better options for him there.
Oh, what has happened here? Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Still waiting for the game's first breakthrough goal. Nedved. And the shot! It's a loose ball. And it's shapes to shoot! And that's gone loose. And this is Ribery. And Ribery! And what a big... Oh, he's been caught napping. Played in. And he's managed to get rid.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Out towards the flank. There's the whistle for half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. The midway point of the game.
Colorado Springs really did turn up the tempo at the end of the half, and while they'll be disappointed not to have broken through, obviously. The chances will come, provided they can keep producing good spells. It's been a half with significantly more positives than negatives, I feel.
An intriguing half, lacking only in goals. The score 0-0.
Substitution in progress.
And we're off again.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players.
Mbappe! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. That pass has been well intercepted. He's going for goal! Oh, split-second reaction.
Lamine Yamal is offering a wry smile there.
Corner number 2 then. Messi with the short one. Now this could be a chance, surely! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
So, third corner of the game. They've played it short. Okazaki! Corner number 4 coming up here. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. The ball is loose and the chase is on. No luck with that dink over the top. And now a sudden chance to counter. A poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away. Mateus. Now it's Cruyff. Can he get it through? Lahm receives it in a wide position. That's a decent clearance. Marquinhos attempts a clearance. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
And here's Ribery. Oh, that's fabulous. Strong challenge. That could leave a mark. And the finish! It's their second corner of the game. Chance for a shot! Oh, that was no routine save.
Mateus really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Corner number 3 coming up. Serginho is there and he can get that clear. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. And it's Vieira. He's having a go! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
So their fourth corner of the game.
Substitution on the field. Number 5, Suarez. Number 6, Johan Cruyff. Number 9, Ribery. Coming on the field, number 7, Jan
Last-ditch
Koeman.
defending, but that'll do.
Number 17, Bale. Number 10, Messi.
Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Bale, and this is Bale. Lahm delivers. Oh, smashing header! He scores! And late in the day, a telling moment.
Well, you can see what it means to all of them. A frustrating game, but now they have what they wanted, and they're rightly pumped and ready to go again.
26 minutes is
Certain, searing, and imperious.
He was always going to do that one way or another. A fantastic effort, simply fantastic.
Jan Koeman.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
That's
Oh, what a... Oh, he's hit the bar! He scored! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. Messi duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
So that's 2 now without reply.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Pass somewhat off target. Okazaki. It's Okazaki! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
They're up to 5 corners now. Delivered with swing. Can he finish? Oh, that was extravagant by any standard.
Okazaki quickly realised that was his only option. It's very fast thinking.
Six added minutes has been indicated.
Lahm. Oh, some Oh, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise
Hello,
of a match
everybody,
that will
and
really
welcome
get
to
the
today's
juices
match.
flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. We have already started here. Serginho, now he is quick.
Rapid, Peter, absolutely rapid.
I suppose if there was such a thing as a model Brazilian fullback, he'd be pretty close to it, wouldn't he?
Yeah, you don't win all those honours at club and international level without doing something right.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. He's beaten the last. Rafa Silva! Goal! Barcelona! The breakthrough strike! It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Great vision. Oh, what has happened here? It's Asa! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Barcelona with the corner, they're first. And it's been taken short. And now a sudden chance to counter. Rafa Silva. He's gone for goal! Crossbar comes to the rescue. A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
You lucky boy, you lucky, lucky boy. Giving the ball away like that is usually punished.
Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. He won't be happy with that one. Some good persistent defending here. The defence opting here for strength in numbers. Aimed beyond the defence. Oh, that is asking for great chance! Really well taken goal. And this is getting better and better. Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner, and he picked them off instead.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
Shot could be on. Poor, robust challenge. Danger averted for now. Back into the middle. Now it's Luis Suarez. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Oh, easy pickings there. Well read, and the danger is averted. We've got 5 minutes till half-time. Now it's Rafa Silva. Now that looks a decent ball. De Bruyne! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Oh, it's very good running that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
He steps in, and that's the end of that.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. Oh, it's come loose. Oh no, what has happened here? What a save by David Raya! And the referee brings the first half to a close. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Colorado Springs certainly can feel happy about how things have gone, but now isn't the time to
And
take
if you
their
do
foot
have
off
a
the
chance
pedal.
today,
They
please
need to
take
keep
some time
pushing,
out to give your
keep
support
imposing.
to our better
Don't leave the
stadium
door
fund.
open for the opposition.
Substitution on the field. Number 5, Suarez. Number 6, Johan
And
Cruyff.
we're underway again.
Coming on the field.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it, try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Barcelona looking to get their possession game going here.
Yeah, it can be very stylish and expansive to watch if they get it to the standard we know they can. But what's key is the number of ballers in the team. As long as they don't lose the purpose, if they keep the purpose and the urgency.
Oh no, this does not look good. He gets big. He scores! The second half off to a spectacular start. What a header. Flashed in with the crispest of contacts.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
The manager must have given them an earful at half-time, and fair play because it seems to have worked. They've got to kick on from here now.
And it's hoisted clear. Lovely, now then. Well, that's pretty clear, it is a foul. Well, that's a booking, always looked it.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
Messi is standing over this one. And this an opportunity to pull level. Messi! It's hit the crossbar. Played out towards the right wing. Fired deep towards... Climbs up big! He's got a goal! They are right back in business.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
A really thumping header, absolutely crashes it in.
Superb timing to generate that power, threw a really strong neck behind it, and he gave the keeper little opportunity.
And now he has foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. Marquinhos has been given his marching orders. He had already been on a yellow card from a... Up he goes! Couldn't quite control it.
Well, you see what a difference it makes to have so many runners into the box. Makes life so much harder for that defence.
Okazaki is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. And it's Lam. It's a promising run he's making on the right. Terrific header! No mistake! And he is just ripping it up! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
Well, talk about being on top of your game. Everything seems to be coming off for him.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? Well, and he shoots! He has done it! No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
As if three weren't enough. This is nigh on utopian. So the lead now is 2.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Flings in across. Nedved is there to clear.
6 added minutes has been indicated.
And this is Bale. Now it's Messi. And Messi! Oh! Fantastic! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next
Hello,
2 hours,
everybody,
it
and
might not
welcome
feel
to
like that.
today's match.
The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. And that gets things running.
Peter, we're about to see how good Lilian Thuram is. Besides being physically imposing and quick, he's very intelligent and usually that crucial split second ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, fabulous reader of the game.
And pretty much got it all.
Costa Curta. Over to the other side.
That's a great ball crossfield.
Cruyff does really well to win the ball there. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And this is Messi. And Messi! Off the post! Davids. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no... And the pass is intercepted. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Zanetti.
Zanetti looking to run onto it. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Can he get on the end of this? He's in plenty of space here. Bellingham. Mbappe going about things with real menace. And the through ball. Lovely bit of skill. Can he get it through? Maldini defending his corner stubbornly. Stood up very well. Messi! And it's a goal! That is a diamond of a goal. The planning immaculate, the execution brilliant.
That is simply tremendous. I mean, how easy would it have been to get across it or overhit it? Perfection.
Number 10, Lionel Messi.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition. No,
He's going for goal!
Mbappe just dropped the shoulder to engineer the feint. Now he'll have to shoulder the blame.
The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. And the score is 1-0. Decent progress down the left. And here's Mbappe.
There will be 1 minute added time.
And that interception was... And the first 45 minutes are up. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, I'm a little bit worried for them and the way they've looked in transitions, Peter. They've been a bit exposed, so they might be only one down, but they can't afford to have any more sloppy moments. Concede another, and we know it's an awful long way back.
Leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments, and it's 1-0 at the break. And we're already back up and running after half-time. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference. And we have our very first corner. Bristol are looking to go forward now. He's picked his way through.
Vieira.
Luis Suarez. Passing is crisp and sharp. While facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Plays in a cross. And the keeper gets his hands on it. De Bruyne looking to penetrate opposition lines. Costa Curta. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, this lead is beginning to look a little delicate. I'd rather see them show the ambition.
And the shot! And he hits the net! And this is getting better and better. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Shoots! Davids. Bellingham. Davids. Baresi. Beckenbauer. Costa Curta. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. Xavi Alonso. Bellingham. And here's Mbappe. Bellingham has a shot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Pinged towards the front line. Nedved. And it's Luis Suarez. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Just about within shooting range. Now, what about a counter-attack? Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Great vision. Well, played right into his path. And he shoots! Just cruising! They are cruising! How good is he right now? His boots twinkling at their golden best. More or less by himself, as cool as you like.
Not even a hint of hesitation. That is such a cool finish.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
Well, talk about being on top of your game. Everything seems to be coming off for him.
A case now of complete control. Zanetti.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
And it's Davids. And it's played forward. Xavi Alonso. And time is up. So a real showpiece win. This lot was simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best endeavours, it has ended in an easy win. Messi, a
Please be
huge
reminded that
performance,
drinking is only
answering the
allowed
call.
in the areas shown on this map. Thank you very much.
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely
Hello,
here.
everybody, and
Gorgeous,
welcome to
gorgeous
today's
evening. The
match.
skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. Well, I'm Peter Drury and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Chance, surely! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
And we have our very first corner. A header! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? And now they can spring out of defence. Great ball, and he's in. Cruyff! Johan Cruyff, unequalled in the history of our beautiful game.
As openings go, this is up there. Another magnificent finish from Mr. Magnificent. This could be good, very good.
He gave it plenty and some. Thrashed it in.
Well, Peter, it would have taken something incredible for the keeper to keep that one out. It was absolutely spanked.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Alonso, deep cross. Well, clearly he didn't mean it that way, and he is as disappointed as anyone.
It speaks for itself, doesn't it? Best left there.
Rodrigo. Now it's Cruyff. He's had it taken off him. Oh, there's a probing ball. Messi. Now who's going to be first to this? And it's Serginho. Lovely feet. Serginho proves just a little bit too strong. Bergomi tries to clear. Bellingham. Oh, cracking ball.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Now it's Cruyff. Albert Ferrer spots it and intercepts. And it's De Bruyne. Looking for the run. Aimed beyond the defence. And this is Messi. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. He's a sharp little ball here. It's ended! Oh, that was no routine save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
It's their second corner of the game. And he can clear it away. And now a sudden chance to counter. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. 5 minutes till the break. Bellingham. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. And the pass is intercepted.
Has been indicated.
Vieira. Messi. That's been cut out, well played. And we've reached half-time. And it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised, hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think. Something they'll be told many times, I'm sure, during the interval.
Leading a
Substitution on the
cagey game
field.
here. It's had its
Number
moments,
5,
and it's 1-0 at the break.
Coming on the field.
And the second
is
half gets underway.
Number 7, Jan
A
Koller.
solitary goal. That has been the crucial difference. He has found the way through. In once more. And that should get the job done. Cruyff can see things others simply cannot. Showing good feet. Engages and forces him off the ball. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. Out towards the flank. He gets mid. They've done it! And there we have it. The two-goal cushion. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Colorado Springs are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
It's played through for him. Lahm could try cutting inside. He runs in! Yes! And they are cruising away. Certain, searing and imperious.
Well, you've always got that threat when he's around. Great movement, and what a great header.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
And for a moment you felt that Cruyff goes for a shot! They want to be quick to recover this. De Bruyne, and they can counter here. De Bruyne. Now that looks a decent ball.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Oh, he's been caught on it here. Goal kick. No, I stand corrected, it's a corner. Messi goes short. Nedved gets it away. No way through there. And now they can spring out of defence. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. He's going to be disappointed with that.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Lahm. Quick look, then plays it in. Goes for the shot! And that tested the keeper. De Bruyne. Xavi Alonso tries to play it through. It's a really well-measured ball.
2 added minutes has been
Crosses
indicated.
it in. There's the header! It's in! And with that, he takes home the match ball. A really thumping header. Absolutely crashes it in.
That's true.
Oh, that's ambitious. Comfortable claim for the keeper. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. So a real showpiece win. This lot were simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best endeavours, it has ended in an easy win.
Please
Collar,
turn your attention
hat-trick
to the
scorer,
screen for
massive game
information
from him
provided
today.
by the local police.
Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter. Hi, everyone. The excitement has really picked up now, and I'm eager for the action to start.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. And already we're underway here. Well, here's a guy who's come as close as you can to perfecting the game, though his demeanour could barely be more modest. He really is every bit the anti-Galactico.
Yeah, and you wouldn't think that he's one of the great all-time midfielders until you actually see what he does on the pitch. Royalty.
Andres Iniesta. Few do it better than him. Some say nobody has done it better than him. Oh, well played, well played. And now they can clear their lines. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. And here's Messi. Oh, and a chance! Goal! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Colorado Springs are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. The defence opting here for strength in numbers. And it's Reinders.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Nedved tries to pass it through. Cruyff. It's a goal kick. Vieira picks it up from the goal kick. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case.
Colorado Springs are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, and you need a lot of movement up front if you're going to make it work.
And here's Cruyff. In towards the back stick. And that has been cleared. Nedved! He's done very well to get to that.
Nedved really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
And we have our very first corner. Gabriel is there to clear. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Good ball, good take. And Cruyff! Cruyff! No one quite like him! That is a gem! An absolute gem! A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. He gave it plenty and some. Crashed it in.
And I think he's
having a shot! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
And it's going to be another corner. It's their second corner of the game. Suarez clears it away. And now they can spring out of defence. Xavi Alonso. Reinders.
2 added
And
minutes
it's
has been
Iniesta.
indicated.
Now there's a... And the finish! No mistake! And right on half-time, that is telling. That is lovely, finished with amazing expertise.
Oh, it was a real beauty,
goal
Peter, and
scorer!
while many might have just lashed
Number
out at it, he
16.
took his time and he put it where very few can.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter.
And we hit half-time. So, engaging and still right on edge. Plenty of signs to suggest this will turn out to be a really good one. Caution certainly not on the agenda here from both sides.
I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
Very little in it. The score at half-time is 2 goals to 1. And we are back underway. Iniesta. Bergomi spots it and intercepts. Xavi Alonso. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Lahm. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Vieira. That's been intercepted.
That was well played. Well stopped.
Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Now it's Iniesta. And that is exemplary defending.
Well, what can you say about that? Just about everything was stacked against him, and he still came through.
Lahm is flagged offside. Turan looking to provide the solidity his team so need. He's shifting through the gears here. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Son Heung-min! Now that has posed a few awkward questions.
Well, that was certainly bold, Peter. He's never short on confidence.
And this is Son Heung-min. Son Heung-min is on his own. Oh, he's got that all wrong, and it's a penalty. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. So this to restore parity. A formality. We're level. Not much more than a formality.
Yeah, as decisive as it comes. Spot chosen, spot hit.
This has become one superb game of football.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Lahm got a long way forward to join the attack. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Vieira. And it's Xavi Alonso. Looking for options for movement. It's a good-looking delivery. 75 minutes played. If we're going to get a winner, it's got to come now. Messi. Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
Not much doubt about who's going to take this one.
Colorado Springs clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Reinders. Koundé. It's gone out for a throw-in. That's definitely not his best.
Added minutes has been indicated.
Oh, good-looking ball. Now that's well seen too. Oh, this looks sharp. And here's Cruyff. Nice interception, well timed. Cleared without complication. Cruyff. Pass is just off target. And we're done. Decent game of football that. Intense, intriguing. And both sides, as it turns out,